Hey everybody, this is the detailed walk around video and test drive on this 2007 Toyota Sequoia Limited that I just got. And it's basically a black version of the one that me and my wife had for almost 8 years. We had an 07 that was pearlescent white. And I tell you, over those years, I learned pretty much everything there was to learn about these. We even had our frame replaced on ours under that recall. And I love these things. The more you learn about them, the more you just fall in love with them. This is a really nice, clean example, even though it does have some scratches. First, I'm going to point out the scratches on the bumper cover. The bumper cover, as you can tell, is a more of a flat, blackish looking thing. I don't know if somebody, and it's the same as right here. So you have the gloss black here, and then this to me would look really neat if it was all painted gloss black. It's in good shape. It has like an aftermarket skid plate here and also up underneath. This has a lot of our aftermarket stuff on it. So there's like scratches right there on the corner. But honestly, it's not gouged or deep or anything. It's literally on the surface. So all this stuff could be made to look exactly like that very easily. So when you come around to the back, you know what? It's possible that these were supposed to look like that and not the gloss black, because all of these pieces are an exact match to the front. And the rear bumper cover, I guess I just was familiar with our white one. So yeah, it is. It's all the same, and it actually matches the running boards. So you could scratch what I said there, unless you want the entire vehicle to be glossy black, which I would. It's got a great set of tires on it. The brakes work perfectly. The brakes do not pull to one side or the other. There's no noise, no vibration in them. The sway bar link pin bushings and all that stuff appear to be good. There's no clanking or sloppiness at all. What I got to show you here is the frame, because this is really neat. First I looked under it and I saw black frame, you know, that just looked like it just had maybe a few little spots of surface rust just starting. I thought this frame was probably replaced about 5 or 6 years ago. And as it turns out, at the Toyota dealer, it was not. It passed their frame inspection under the recall in 2018. So what they did was what they call a frame spray, which was the Toyota dealership's undercoating on the frame to preserve it going into the future. That was also part of the recall. The same recall that me and my wife took advantage of on our white one. Sorry, just climbing under here. So yeah, so when I looked, I saw black. And usually you see rust, like, rust everywhere. And it is so solid. And that cross member over there has more surface rust than anything, but even that is solid as can be. Now this has what I believe is an aftermarket exhaust on it. And it looks like a 2-into-1 pipe into a big muffler there. And it has a really neat throaty sound. And it does have a K&N air filter on it. And I do want to mention all the connecting points for the shocks and everything. The body, I always want to call them cab mounts because I'm used to talking about pickup trucks, but the body mounts and everything, very, very solid, no issues. All the straps, sorry about that noise, all the straps that hold like the fuel tank up, everything is in good shape. It's not corroded. There's nothing here that's about to let go, and there's nothing here that is actively leaking a drop of anything. So very nice. And also the running boards are super solid. A lot of times you'll step on the running boards and they'll wiggle a little bit because the inner rocker panels where they're mounted have rust on them, and that is all very solid too, so there's no wiggle in there either. Jeez. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to open it all up in a minute too, but one thing that was a failing on these, and I had to replace our handle on the trunk 2 times when we owned ours. The handle would quit working. You couldn't open the rear hatch. This works perfectly like it's been replaced. Somebody did put some screws on this plastic thing. I guess they felt like that was a better way to mount it. Probably the last time they replaced the handle. And this glass goes up and down perfectly. It does not try to turn a little crooked. Sometimes they'll be going down, they'll like turn crooked and continue to work. This doesn't do that. Everything works perfectly. And of course, the Limited always has that rear wing on the back of it. It's got a Class 3 Reese hitch receiver on it. That's nice, with the plug-ins for the trailer brakes, trailer lights. The Limited has some nice stuff on it. It has air shocks on it. In fact, before I get into that, because I'm going to show you how they work, I got a mess of keys with this thing. A couple of Toyota key fobs and 2 remote start key fobs. Let's see, so I think it was 2 times. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, that's it. And that thing runs like a Swiss watch. Smooth, quiet. The exhaust sounds really cool. And then I think you hit it once or twice. Yeah, twice, and it shuts it back off if you want. So I'm going to open it up and kind of walk you through some stuff. Yeah, I had a mosquito on me. Okay, yeah, they're everywhere. Okay, whatever. It's not like they're going to kill me. The leather's in good shape. A little bit of marking there, but no open rips or separations. Well, there is a separation over there on the passenger seat, right in the stitching. No big deal there. Let me start this thing, get the air going, because it is like an oven out here. So the check engine light and all that stuff comes on when you turn the key forward, then it goes off. The only little light that stays on is that tire pressure monitor light. And every stinking Japanese car I get has that light on, because those little batteries that are behind the valve stems on each of the wheels, they go dead after like 10 years. And they're probably like 70 bucks a piece to replace or something like that at the tire shop, because I think they sell you the whole unit. Okay, so let's start off just making everything work. We have 2 position seat memory here for 2 different drivers. It adjusts the mirrors and the seat. Oh, that's your receiver for the remote start. See that sticky spot right there? That sticky spot's where that's supposed to be stuck. I don't have the adhesive for it, but you could pick up some super glue or something. Okay, so moving on over here. Automatic glass. See how it goes up and down straight? A lot of times they'll try to cock and get crooked, and that stinks. Oh yeah, I'm just going back and open the hatch. I'll check the rear wiper too. I don't know if I remember to check that. So these seats fold and flip forward, so you can have a big trunk. This is like a Japanese Tahoe, basically. So what you do is you start there, and then you pull this, and then you can pull the other one and release it and just lift it out. So that's pretty cool. Let me get that back down. Yeah, that takes 2 hands. I'm not gonna worry about it. Whew. Those rear struts for that hatch are strong, man. You gotta, sometimes they're weak and the hatch doesn't want to stay open. All that stuff's in good shape. Everything is in good shape. Here's a negative thing. I want to point this out. See that right there? Every stinking Toyota Sequoia you look at, you see that. It's got it on both sides. It's got it on both sides. And when I had ours replaced on our white one, I also had them take off the running boards and they replaced the rocker panels because there was some rust on those too. But these are good. But it's just got it there on both sides. I wanted to point that out. Yeah, I'm gonna hop in the back. These grab handles are nice too for helping you get in. So this is the DVD player, the screen, of course. Headphones, wireless headphones. You also can plug in wired earbuds. Automatic climate control for the rear passengers. That's cool. The DVD player is in there. I'll show that to you in a minute. That's a factory unit, by the way, with surround sound. So to get in, this is neat too. You do that and then it's spring loaded. You don't have to lift the weight of the chair. You just pull this. It comes right up with a finger or two. And you can just step up in there and go right up in there. And you can get 3 adults back there and they still have a little bit of leg room without being too cramped or crowded. So I like that. I always liked that. I'm telling you, I get excited about these things. I'm gonna leave that down because I don't want to stop recording just to put that seat up. All the windows work. Cruise control works. I'm going to drive it. Use all of that. That air's feeling real good. This is the Bluetooth stereo system. It's a touch screen. Let me turn that fan down a little bit. That might interfere with my voice. Okay, so that's a touch screen, and I guess when you sync it to your phone, it's almost like Apple CarPlay, where your navigation and just all your stuff, your music, your phone calls, everything comes through it. Your phone book, you know, it makes it so easy. Okay, this is your DVD player, and I found these when I was cleaning it up back in the trunk. That's 2 Toyota Sequoia oil filters, brand new. I guess the guy was thinking ahead. Heated seats, high and low, right there. That's where you adjust your power mirrors. A lot of people look around and try to figure out how to do it. Now this is set up with the JBL audio system. Well, it's actually right there on the speaker. But it's got a subwoofer and the tweeters up there and the big speakers, and it's like a 12 speaker system or something like that throughout the whole vehicle, and it sounds great. And this is installed through the subwoofer and the JBL system the way it's supposed to be. It's not hooked up by some guy with his pants sagging off of his behind, you know, that doesn't know what he's doing. So it's all been correctly done. I should mention this has 237,000 miles on it. And now that I mentioned that, I'll come back in here because I mentioned that. I want to show you this. Open mouth, insert foot. Say something like that, then you got to back it up with something else that's good. This has had the timing belt and water pump service done for the second time at 185,000 miles. So it's got all kinds of life left in it before that needs to be done. And this thing just runs so quiet and so good. And you can tell it's dusty. I mean, it's not been detailed or anything. This is how it has been driven for years and owned and used every day. I like that the headlights aren't fogged up on these. That's nice, because usually they're pretty foggy on some of these older Japanese cars. And the fog lights work. It looks pretty cool. In fact, I said that, let me turn them on. Watch me keep tripping myself up, right? Oh, it's on automatic right now. It's got automatic headlights. Let's click it back one. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so then the other stuff all comes on. But when it gets dark under automatic, it all comes on anyway. Automatically, you don't have to worry about it. I always did like stuff like that. Let's put it back on automatic. Okay, so this is for your lower back. This piece here comes out, goes in and out. Of course, power seat adjustments, they all work. But this is very nice, especially if your back gets stiff. And it does have side curtain airbags and everything, which back in 07, yeah, that was kind of a more advanced thing, I guess you could say. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything before I drive it. Oh yeah, that's right. What I love about these, on the Limited, you have adjustable suspension. These things have air shocks all the way around, and our white one, when I got rid of it, it had 277,000 miles. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about another one, but I sold it at 277. Then it showed up a couple years later at the auction, and I was like, man, that's pretty. And I went and got in it, and I looked at the stereo, because we had a similar stereo, and I thought, that's weird. And I checked the VIN number, and I said, holy crap, this used to be ours a couple years ago. It was the same one, still looked the same. So I bought it, and all the records were missing. They didn't have any of the records, because I had a phone book of records over the time that we owned ours. And I had scanned them. I still had them on my external hard drive. So I printed them off, sold it again. Then it showed up like 8 or 9 months later at the auction again. And I bought it and sold it again. And I wonder whatever happened to it. I should try to maybe see if it's still out there in circulation. Hopefully nobody ever wrecked it or something. I loved that thing. But let's get back to this. Okay, so you have your height control manual. That turns your regular 115 volt like a house plug-in on. It's got that in it also. But you can raise, see right there it says normal. You can raise it up high, and it raises it up like 2.5 inches, something like that. There. And of course, once you get over 20 miles or 25 miles an hour or something like that, it goes back to the normal thing to get the center of gravity down lower where it's supposed to be, so you're not at a rollover risk. But it'll crawl through all kinds of stuff like this. Yeah, it changes getting in and out of it and everything. See the difference? See the difference? So that's really cool. You can also lower it by the same amount, and it looks like one of those Lincoln Continentals with the suspension blown out of it. I don't know why somebody would do that unless it makes it easier for somebody to get in and out of the vehicle. But I always thought that made them look really cool when they were sitting up high. And like I said, these don't ever leak off. They hold pressure and don't ever like start to sag like there's a really, really slow leak in one of them or something. Not the case at all here. Okay, I think, yeah, it's your four-wheel drive. This is your center locking differential, just like a Toyota Land Cruiser. Same basic design as the Land Cruiser, and Land Cruisers are awesome. You cannot beat them, but they're so freaking pricey, you can't touch them anymore. You can't. I used to sell the old ones on eBay and stuff years ago. The ones out of the 70s, you know, in the early 80s. But I guess that's it. The Limited is a very nice package, though. You have the wood trim and just all the extra features. Yeah, I really like it. Has the automatic dimming mirror right there. That's your speaker for the Bluetooth phone, you know. So when the stereo is synced to your phone, or not your, it's microphone, not speaker. And then of course you can scroll through distance to empty or compass and outside temperature and everything. 85, feels like 105 right now with the mugginess. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take it for a drive. And while I'm driving, you'll probably see that switch back down to normal, because once I reach a certain speed, the vehicle, you know, is wanting to keep the center of gravity down where it's supposed to be. There's no slop in the U-joints. The power steering feels great. It works exactly like it should. You know, all this stuff that you would think would be wear items that, you know, that would show some wear or whatever just due to mileage, they're in great working shape on this. Literally, you have some scratches on the bumper cover. So I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I guess I'll turn right. Why not? Yep, there it goes, down to normal. I like that it does it really slow. I think I still had it on manual. There we go. Yeah, I still had the button set on manual. But it sounds really cool. I mean, like if you've ever been in a Toyota Tundra, this is the same engine as the Toyota Tundra, and there's a lot of guys that put aftermarket exhausts on Toyota Tundras. It's probably the same thing that's on this. I'm going to turn around and head the other way, and I'll stop talking, and I'll turn that fan down a little more too, so you can just listen to the sound of the engine. I tell you, it just shifts and operates perfectly. Yeah, here's a good spot to make a U-turn right up here. No sheriff in sight. They're not shaking when I apply them at 85 miles an hour. The whole truck just feels really good, really solid. It's just a kind of a big, heavy beast compared to like a Toyota 4Runner or a Honda Pilot or a Honda CR-V. Those things are all toys next to this truck. So you gotta love it. Never runs hot, doesn't leak anything, no funny issues. Voltometer's right where it's supposed to be. It's got good oil pressure. I mean, across the board, this truck is just excellent. Anyway, guys, I think that's probably good enough. Oh my gosh, 21 minutes on this video. I didn't expect that. I told somebody it might be 15 minutes long because I had so much to say. When I went to the Toyota dealer and pulled the history on it, there was a lot of oil changes and just minor services. Every recall on this has been done by the Toyota dealer. That was confirmed. And that's when I got the date in 2018 on the frame inspection and frame spray. It's all part of the records that are on file with the Toyota dealer. Then one of the owners, the other owner, this I guess, didn't use the Toyota dealer for service. So there was a period of years where it was being serviced somewhere else. But it's just obvious that this thing has been taken care of. Oh, I didn't show you the backup camera. Hang on a second. Let me get in the shade. Oh my gosh, look at that. What's a buzzard doing out here? We can tell I'm out in the country. Yeah, I didn't show you the backup camera. So you put it in reverse. And it's really clear. Large screen, you know, I mean, that's a big screen right there. You can see it really clearly, and that's nice. So I guess that's it, guys. Just get with me on it. I love this thing. I've always loved Sequoias, but this has definitely got the right options, and it's been taken care of. So have a wonderful day, and thanks for your time.